Welcome to the Line Life podcast. I'm Jeff Postlethwaite, Senior Editor of T&D World, and today we're bringing you more stories of the grit, courage, and inspirational teamwork that it takes to be a line worker.
Thank you for tuning in to the T&D World Line Life podcast, produced by Endeavor Business Media, a division of Endeavor B2B. My name is Amy Fischbach, and I'm the field editor for T&D World and also the host of the Line Life podcast. Before I dive into today's episode, I invite you to become part of our Line Life podcast community by searching for the Line Life podcast in your favorite podcasting app or going to linelife.podbean.com and clicking follow in the top right. We air interview-style episodes on the first and third Fridays of each month, and also audio stories in our In Case You Missed It series featuring articles that appeared in our print magazine on the second and fourth Fridays of each month. If you have a comment on this episode or a suggestion for a future guest, please reach out to me. You can email me at amyfischbach@gmail.com or reach out to me on LinkedIn or on Instagram at Lineman World. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you plan to be in town in Kansas City for the 2025 International Lineman's Rodeo Week, make sure you stop by the T&D World booth where I will be doing recordings for future episodes of the Line Life podcast. I look forward to putting you in the spotlight. Now let's move on to today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to the In Case You Miss It series, where we bring stories published in T&D World magazine to life as audio stories for our Line Life podcast. For several weeks now, I've been featuring In Case You Missed It episodes narrated from articles in the 2025 Vegetation Management Supplement. While I plan to include articles focused on vegetation management in the future, I'd like to shift gears and shine the spotlight on the International Lineman's Rodeo Week, which is right around the corner here in my hometown of Kansas City. To celebrate the Lineman's Rodeo Week, I decided to narrate an article in June 2025 about Duke Energy. Last year, right before the competitors were set to come to Kansas City for the week of competition and camaraderie, they got hit by two back-to-back hurricanes, Hurricane Helene and also Hurricane Milton. After line workers worked with many mutual assistance crews to restore power and rebuild infrastructure, the Duke Energy competitors are back for 2025. For example, Tyler Nichols, a journeyman line worker for Duke Energy in Marion, North Carolina, said he was ready to get back in the action at the International Lineman's Rodeo. He said his team attended the previous 2 years, but wasn't able to attend in 2024 because of the hurricane. He said his team was looking forward to it, excited, and ready to put forth their best on the biggest stage in line work. Look for an article featuring Tyler and other line workers in an upcoming issue of T&D World magazine about 1 year later after Hurricane Helene and Milton. Congrats to Duke Energy for winning an Emergency Response Award from the Edison Electric Institute for its response following Hurricane Milton. To learn more, you can go to tdworld.com. Also, I featured an article in our June 2025 print issue about how Duke Energy's line workers were competing at regional rodeos in order to participate in the International Lineman's Rodeo Week in Kansas City. The article is titled, "Lineman's Rodeos, a Tradition Unlike Any Other." On the road to the international event, Duke Energy's line workers compete in regional competitions. From population growth to the expansion of manufacturing and other major economic development, the regions that Duke Energy serves are growing rapidly, and the company's increasingly modern and resilient grid is evolving to meet current and future energy needs. Duke Energy's trusted line workers play a critical role in maintaining and enhancing the energy grid now and in the future. Beyond battling extreme weather, the valuable work our line teams do every day is enabling Duke Energy to build a grid that is smarter, stronger, and more reliable, said Jason Williams, Duke Energy Regional Senior Vice President, Power Grid Operations. It's through their efforts that we're able to safely and efficiently deliver power and better serve our customers. Beyond serving as protectors of the grid, Duke Energy's line workers also showcased their skills at the International Lineman's Rodeo. Last year, Duke Energy's line workers were not able to compete on the international level as they were responding to back-to-back Hurricanes Milton and Helene. This year, however, they are qualifying for the opportunity to advance to the 2025 event by earning the highest scores at the Florida, Midwest, or Carolinas regional rodeos held every spring. In addition to the standard skills tests, International Lineman's Rodeo events include the Hurt Man Rescue, where competitors must lower and save a dummy representing an injured line worker from the top of a power pole, and even mystery trials that they don't know about until the rodeo begins, all of which require teammates to collaborate and effectively solve real-world problems as quickly and safely as possible. But no matter their age or experience level, at the International Lineman's Rodeo, all the line workers, whether they're an apprentice, journeyman, or senior, have the same goal at this prestigious, high-stakes competition: to take home as many awards as possible on behalf of their families, communities, and companies. Not his first rodeo. One of those line workers is Ivan White, who joined Duke Energy Florida in 2000 as an apprentice and quickly rose through the ranks. After becoming a journeyman, he transitioned into a technical skills specialist and then as an operations supervisor, and now he's a lead environmental health and safety consultant. During his 25 years with the company, he's participated in about 20 Florida Lineman's Rodeos and has made it to the International Lineman's Rodeo 10 times. The Lineman family or brotherhood is strong and rich in tradition, White said. I have competed head-to-head with many of my best friends at these events for over 2 decades. They're all about having fun and making memories that will last a lifetime. But still, the competition is fierce. At the 2024 Florida Lineman's Rodeo, Ivan and his teammates Zach Bichard, a power grid operations supervisor, and Brandon Bagley, a line worker who joined the company in 2023, earned first place. While the team remained intact, poised to defend their title at this year's regional rodeo on March 8th, they did come in first place in the pole climb and second place in the Hurt Man Rescue events, but they weren't among the top finishers overall. However, because they qualified for the 2024 International Lineman's Rodeo and Duke Energy didn't send any competitors to last year's event because they were needed for hurricane response, White, Bichard, and Bagley will still be heading to Kansas City on October 18th. Putting in a little extra to have a chance to compete with the best of the best is worth it, White added. A family affair. Each rodeo is typically open to the public, allowing competitors' family members and friends to watch and cheer for them. White's cheering section includes his wife Sarah and their 3 kids, Ember, Bodie, and Koa. Giving my children the opportunity to see this business and meet the people who work so hard in it is priceless, he said. Building camaraderie with other families living the same life is an incredible feeling. Showing our kids what we do has been one of my greatest joys. White said he encourages his peers to participate if they can, whether they are a first-time competitor at the journeyman or senior level. Showcasing their skills gives a sense of appreciation for the line trade. Sharpening our skills under pressure while focusing on safety and process adherence helps us perform better for our customers, White said. At the end of the day, getting the lights on safely and efficiently is ingrained in lineman culture. Duke Energy Florida's Senior Vice President of Grid Operations said Duke Energy puts complete trust in its line workers to perform challenging, highly skilled work and provide the energy everyone relies on, all while keeping safety for both the customers and each other as top priority. While we're always proud of our line teams, their resoluteness to compete in the rodeo this year after the significant impacts of Hurricane Debbie, Helene, and Milton last fall is an affirmation of how strongly committed they are to our customers and the communities we serve, Williams said. Before we move on to the 3 sidebars that were included in this article, I'd like to give a shout out to Duke Energy's media team who contributed to this story. This article also included 3 sidebars. The first one is called Breaking Down the Competitor Divisions. The International Lineman's Rodeo is just that, a rodeo, but instead of calf roping and bull riding, there's equipment repair and power pole climbing. And rather than cowboys, there are electric line workers determined to prove their speed, agility, and technical expertise. Every year since 1984, line workers from across the globe have gathered at the National Agricultural Hall of Fame in Bonner Springs, Kansas, for the Gridiron Gala that is the International Lineman's Rodeo. Their teams compete among the best in the trade by participating in various simulations using de-energized equipment of on-the-job work. At the Lineman's Rodeos leading up to the international event, teams are based in part on tenure. An apprentice is a line worker with less than 4 years of utility experience. A journeyman or senior journeyman with Duke Energy has more than 4 years of utility experience. Line workers who are 50 years old or older may compete in the senior division. Searching for talent in the line trade. As Duke Energy continues to develop its workforce to meet surging energy demands, there's also increasing demand for skilled workers, available jobs, and opportunities for advancement. Hiring and developing entry-level line worker talent is critical for the long-term success of the company, which has evolved its hiring process to collaborate more with local community colleges across its service areas that have line worker training programs. From these training programs, Duke Energy recruits skilled candidates who have a desire to enter the field and who reflect the diversity of the communities it serves. Individuals interested in a career in line work with Duke Energy should contact community colleges directly in North Carolina, Florida, South Carolina, Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio at dukeenergy.com for information on their specific training programs and available funding. And the winners are: several Duke Energy Florida line workers had reason to celebrate this year. The winners of the 2025 Florida Lineman's Rodeo, who will now advance to the International Lineman's Rodeo this October, are as follows. Apprentice Overall Awards. First place, Corey Sill of Ocala. Second place, Alejandro Guillen of St. Petersburg. Third place, Brent Griswold of Apopka. Journeyman Overall Awards. First place, Dalton Adams, Southeast Orlando. Vincent Lombardo, Apopka. Roger McBride, Jamestown. Second place, Bobby Akos, Chris Clark, Russell Goodhead, Jamestown. Third place, Scott Morgan, Joey Quimby, RJ Rampey from Southeast Orlando. And the Journeyman Senior Overall Awards. First place, Chet Brandon, Walsingham, Ed Felor, Inverness, and Henry Shoup, Seven Springs. We look forward to seeing you at the International Lineman's Rodeo next week in Kansas City. Make sure you swing by the T&D World booth, which is in the breezeway in between the main exhibit hall and the ballroom, so that you can be a guest on a future Line Life podcast episode. I will be there recording interviews with line workers and their families at the T&D World booth on both Thursday and Friday. And make sure you look for me at the International Lineman's Rodeo as well. For more coverage of the rodeo during the rodeo week, you can stay tuned to all of our social channels at Lineman World on Instagram and also at TD World Mag or Lineman's Rodeo KC on X. I'll be posting photo galleries, videos, and more at tdworld.com/electric-utility-operations. And I really look forward to meeting all of you and wish you safe travels to Kansas City for the 2025 International Lineman's Rodeo. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Line Life podcast produced by Endeavor Business Media, a division of Endeavor B2B. Be sure to subscribe or follow the Line Life podcast in your favorite podcasting app so new episodes will be delivered straight to you. For more insights, you can visit our website at tdworld.com/podcasts or linelife.podbean.com. You can also connect with us by following us on Instagram at Lineman World or on Facebook, LinkedIn, or X. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Line Life podcast.